So there it is, BBC News. Hamburg shooting, 7 killed in attack on Jehovah's Witness Hall, or church. Some people would think of it as a church. So this happened last Thursday, the 9th of March, at about 9 o'clock. Jehovah's Witnesses usually meet on Thursdays and Sundays in most congregations, and so this particular one in Hamburg, Germany, the Federal Republic of Germany, it was held from 7 till it finishes about 9. And obviously this guy broke in, he killed 7 people. It's believed he may have actually shot a pregnant woman's bump, killed the baby, but the woman survived. It says here 7 people, including an unborn baby, have been killed in a shooting at a Jehovah's Witness hall. It says that this 35-year-old ex-witness who left the witnesses about 18 months ago on bad terms. Also, the police were anonymously tipped off in January that there were fears that he shouldn't be having a gun because of his mental condition. So we hear of these kind of things, but does this mean that Jehovah's Witnesses produce this type of person? You see? Or were they victims to someone who's an ex-witness? Because we see a lot of videos from ex-witnesses, don't we, that I've made a lot of comments about. And they're usually not very friendly. So, and this sort of persecution of Jehovah's Witnesses and Christians back in the 1st century continues. Why does it? Just think, Jehovah's Witnesses in Russia, just in the last few years, were banned. And what happened? Around about 10 to 15, 20,000 fled over the border. The other 170,000 Jehovah's Witnesses are still in Russia, just keeping their heads down. Their kingdom halls are all being rampaged by military police, and all their, you know, they can't walk out with a Bible in their hand. They'll be arrested and sent to a camp in Siberia. Some of them are imprisoned. So why is this happening? Are Jehovah's Witnesses the cause of it? Well, what does Jesus say? In Mark 13 talks about the last days, and so does Matthew 24, the common scriptures, and Luke 21. Now, Mark 13 talks about some of the signs that would happen, and he just mentions this. He said nation would rise against nation. There'd be wars, earthquakes, pestilences. But in verse 9 it says, and as for you, look out for yourselves. People will hand you over to local courts. There you go. That's what happened in Russia recently. You will be beaten in the synagogues. So with the religions, in the days of Jesus and his disciples, it was the religion that was involved as well. Because Jesus was beaten also by the religion, the synagogues, but in the religions, like the Russian Orthodox Church that was behind the government's activity in Russia in banning Jehovah's Witnesses. It says, you will be put to stand up before governors and kings for my sake, for a witness to them. And also in all the nations, the good news has to be preached. So Jehovah's Witnesses have to continue preaching. It's no good running off and being scared. Moreover, do not be anxious beforehand about what you'll say, but whatever is given you in that hour, say this, for you are not the ones speaking, the Holy Spirit is. So then he says here, furthermore, brother will deliver brother over to death. Well, that's happened in that Hamburg religious hall, didn't it? Brother against brother. And fleshly brothers as well. There's lots of families who've got members who join Jehovah's Witnesses, and they're very antagonistic about it. They're not happy. And so what does it say? It says here, brother will deliver brother over to death, and a father, a child, and children will rise up against their parents and have them put to death. They will actually give up their hiding, because there's going to be a worldwide persecution against Jehovah's Witnesses. That's what we believe. And worldly relatives who hate our religion will actually reveal they're hiding over in that forest and let the police or the army know this is what Jesus foretold would happen. And you will be hated by all people on account of my name. And that's his name. But the one who is endured to the end is the one that will be saved. So this is just another case of those who connected Jehovah's Witnesses in the past who have a hate campaign against us. Majority only say things rather than do what this crazy guy did. So there you have it. So that's just my response to the news that happened in Germany. Thank you once again and take care, everybody.